Hey there, and happy Wednesday. So I'm back today with more inspiration, and just kind of want to highlight something from the online exclusives. When I went to Mexico on the incentive trip, they had a fun little hospitality room for demonstrators to pop in, and they could look over all of the swaps that we did. And then they posted one, because when we make swaps to swap there, we make an extra one for them to have on their display board. And then as we go through the room, a lot of times there's treats. There's a chance to talk with some of the Stampin' Up! People that work there. And actually Sarah, who runs the company, she's there. Shelly's there. It's kind of fun. And then also they have other displays of online exclusive products coming up and different things like that. And so one of the things that caught my eye was the stamp set called Greatest Adventure, and it featured a train. So my brother-in-law, his wife is who I went to Mexico with, and he's really big into trains. He works for Union Pacific in Omaha, and trains have been near and dear to his heart for a long time. And because his wife is one of my husband's triplets, siblings, it just kind of is fun to think, oh, I could do something really special for him for an upcoming birthday that he has in October. So already thinking ahead of that. And as I came up with today's inspirational card for some recent classes, it was just fun to see people get excited about this stamp set too. So I'm going to turn my camera around, hi there Lori, and show you what this Greatest Adventure is all about. So I think it kind of turned out fun, as far as kind of almost looks like a vintage postcard, if you will. That's kind of what I think it looks like. And it didn't take a lot of work to make that happen either, which is always kind of fun. So here we have this. I kind of hovered at this station when people were making this card, because I told them, depending on kind of where you place your train in the either top right or lower left, will also give you room to put your sentiment too, if you wanted to kind of change that up and such. And so I gave them different options for sentiments. So yeah, I just want to show you this stamp set front and center here, because it's an online exclusive. And don't forget, if you don't see my post on Facebook, there is free shipping again today. After a lot of technical problems and people just not being able to get in on Stampin' Up's website, they extended it. So if you see this and go, oh, now I really want that, consider ordering yet today, because Stampin' Up extended free shipping for orders of $75 or more through the end of today. So that's kind of fun. All right. So on Greatest Adventure, we've got Here's to Happiness Ahead, which is fun. Congratulations. I wish our paths crossed more often. Good luck on your new adventure, which I think would be great for like retirement, or even this, like Here's to Happiness Ahead or congratulations. I just look at this too as being a fun guy retirement card too. Or female, like ladies can like trains, right? But it's just fun to have something a little bit more masculine looking, I guess too. So let me just pop my camera there a little bit. I feel like, I don't know, like my spacing is off all of a sudden on my angle or something. I do have a new camera set up that I just need to take the time to learn how to set up, and then my videos might look a little different too. We'll see. Okay, so the colors that I'm working with are kind of an interesting combination. And I want to talk to you a little bit about that too. Hi there, Julie. So the card base is Early Espresso. And then this beautiful, I love, do you remember like years ago we had that 6x6 pack, and I bought tons of it that had all those wood grain images or patterns on there? Well, this is that Country Woods Designer Series paper. Kind of reminds me of that when I use this page. And the back kind of has like a nice pinkish patina look on there. So that's where that comes from. And then for my train, that actually is going to be Early Espresso. I've got some white cardstock that ahead of time I cut from the deckled rectangle dies. And then my sentiments get put on the Very Vanilla, and you might go, okay, that's just kind of weird, Very Vanilla and white. But as I use my magic with my blending brushes today, it will all make sense. And I think another thing that people were really impressed with or surprised by was how fast everything came together. So I'm going to start by opening up my gray granite ink pad. Kind of a fun choice. I feel like the gray granite brings in some brown tones. And so if I'm going to mix gray and brown together, chances are I'm going to be doing it with some sort of gray granite in the mix. Okay, so I've got this, and whenever I have a big stamp like that, I like to just tip it over and do it that way. And now I'm just going to give this a nice firm press down. And you can tell instantly that this is one of those distinctive stamp sets as far as you can see it's lighter and darker in some areas and just gives a lot of volume for one ink pad. Like if you saw this stamped out, you'd be like, oh, I wonder how they got all that, or like, is it double stamping or are they stamping off and such? And so I love showing how just one ink, one stamp can do exactly this. Hi there, Jill and Jean. So now Jill's like, looked at it, haven't got it yet. I think that's everybody's like, I always say, I don't have that one yet. Okay. So now what I'm going to do with this to make it kind of look vintage postcardy, because doesn't that look like it was stamped on Very Vanilla? Even though it wasn't, it started out just like this. So let me get some scratch paper over here and grab one of my, large blending brushes here and, just swirl counterclockwise in the gray granite pad. Oops, and then I start off here and I'm just going to push down hard, and pushing will make that ink just kind of take over those edges in a fun way, because don't we all look at like those memory albums and scrapbooks from years ago, and they all kind of have this look to them, at least my parents did, and then the edges are a different color, like that darker. So now I'm just going to pick up some more ink and then start swirling off and then add it. And I really encouraged people making this card to kind of give it a heavy push to really get that ink onto there and to catch those edges like so. So now all of a sudden we've aged the look of this by like 50 years, I feel like, but in a good way. We don't want to do that with people. We want to stay young looking as long as we can, right? Okay. So now what I have for measurements is I'm going to put this on a 3 1/4 by 5 1/2 piece of early espresso. And then that's going to be ready to go onto the card base. I kind of wanted to start with that. Usually I start with building my card base, but I was pretty excited about showing that part of it to you as well. Hi there, Tabitha. So let's go to building that since this is set up. So here we've got early espresso, and let me grab my bone folder here, give that a good crease. And so my card's opening this way. And now we're going to get some adhesive on this from the Country Woods DSP cut 4 by 5 1/4. And I always like look at this and go, okay, this one has like some heavier pattern here versus lighter. So I always tend to put the heavier, darker, I should say, part of the pattern on the bottom. I just feel like it's a natural heavy should go towards the bottom. So I think that's more pleasing to the eye. And so, like I said, I let people choose, I wish our paths cross more often, or good luck on your next adventure. So I also laid out different widths of the Very Vanilla cardstock. And then I had them take the Happy Labels Pick-a-Punch. And then I love how this looks like a train ticket. So I'm using the one that's 3/4 inches versus 1 inch, and have that nice little ticket punch going on there. And I'm going to go with, I wish our paths crossed more often. I could send out so many of these cards, you guys, because there's so many people that I honestly wish I saw them more often. Okay, so now I'm just going to take my scissors here and just give that a snip straight across. I did see some people cut it off a little bit and stuck the other end in for a complete ticket, and those looked fun and nice too. So either way is really good. Hi there, Kathleen and Sandy. Thanks for jumping on. So now that I have this, I kind of went, okay, that's going to be like having, I don't want to cover up any of that part of the cool part of the train. So I don't want this to be way over. It's not really going to fit on our card. So that's why I'd rather overlap down here. So now when I put on my dimensionals here, I'm going to just do 1, 2, 3, 4 to have one in each corner. And then because of that and where I want to place my sentiment, I'm going to put this up in the upper left corner a little bit here. Not, you know, like way up there, but just enough to kind of make sure that I have enough room for this. And now this is going to set on there like so. So, because it's going to be like half popped, half overlapping, I can easily just take and run some of my seal adhesive here on there. And then I might just take this nice little trim here. Do you see that? It's nice and skinny. Just going to snip that off. Don't we all love those edges for exactly this reason? So never toss those thinking your dimensional sheet is done. And then I just kind of butt that up. You can kind of just feel it, like edge it up like that. That's me being dramatic, but that's kind of how it feels. And then I've got this. I wish our paths crossed more often. Now, what some of the people loved about this card too are the adhesive backed textured dots. Really nice. I've tried to use these because I love them with different projects, but because of the metallic look, if you don't have kind of the right brassiness of your project, it's not going to look really nice, but when it does work, it's just tremendous. I love how the vintage look of this just really pulls it off. So I'm just going to use, there's 2 different sizes. I'm going to use the larger of the 2. Grab my take your pick and just put that on. And because depending on the different sentiments used, like this one kind of goes up in the corner, so I just put 3 around there. And because this one covers up that bottom corner, I just put 3 in the other corners there. So these are in the catalog. Adhesive back texture dots. The stamp set is an online exclusive. And then for the inside, I just like, here's to happiness ahead. Good luck on your next adventure. I wish our paths crossed more often. I just left that one blank because like sometimes you might make that into a birthday card. You could do that, or just a thinking of you, or you know, a hello card or something like that. So for today, I'm just going to leave the inside blank. Of course, I am going to put in some very vanilla. So just grabbing my usual measurement of 4 by 5 1/4 for that. But this would be a really, really easy card to make a bunch of in not much time at all, because the only thing like I had to die cut ahead of time were those deckled rectangle dies, that, and you wouldn't even have to, but I do feel like it just makes it look vintage in a fun way. So yeah, this is one of those really quick and easy cards, and I think because of the distinctive etched look of that stamp set, the artist really gives us a break, and making it look like, you know, like doing that is a lot more work than what it is. Oh, and Tabitha said she just placed a second order and added that to it. Well, you will not be disappointed at all. So yeah, that's why I was like, all day I had my things to do, and it's just like I want to go live so people can see this in case they've missed it online, knowing that Stampin' Up! Extended the free shipping through today too. So, and there are people that ordered yesterday and today. Like, I'm not the only crazy one. Sometimes I go, oh gosh, is that too much? Never. So if you need help or have questions with the ordering or something, let me know. I'll be home for the rest of the night too. Tomorrow I hope to go live. I do have an appointment later, but I hope to come to you live with some more inspiration before that. And so it's either going to be earlier than I normally come, or if you don't see me earlier, it's probably not going to happen at all. So, so I have things and ideas geared up, and hopefully my schedule will allow for that too. So have a great evening. Thanks for joining in. Bye-bye.